What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the Snow Peak Takibi fireplace and grill. So this is actually one of my very first Snow Peak purchases, and it's one of those items that instantly became one of my favorite pieces of gear to take with us on every trip. The very first time we sat around the Takibi fireplace was actually not while camping. It was in our backyard. We took it out of the box. We were so excited. We went to the store and got some firewood, got a nice fire going. It was fantastic. I mean, I remember sitting around this thing and looking at it and just thinking, wow, this is incredible looking. The design of this thing, the way it just folded out and how I carried it all to my backyard so effortlessly. I instantly knew this is going to be one of my favorite things to do while camping, was just sitting around this fireplace. And it's not something that we always did or really even thought much about. I mean, yeah, sitting around a fire is always really nice, and you know, whether it's in this or just on the ground or in some sand at the beach, it's nice either way. But for some reason, sitting around this Takibi fireplace, it's just really special. This thing is unlike anything else on the market today. It's one of those iconic pieces of Snow Peak gear that's been around forever. And it's one of those items that, in my opinion, represents the brand. Snow Peak makes some of the highest quality camping gear out there. I mean, those of you who watch my channel know I'm a huge fan of the brand. I purchased a lot of my camping gear around that brand, specifically because when I was looking to build out my setup, I wanted to pick up pieces of gear that I knew would last a lifetime of camping, and stuff that I could pass down to my kids, you know, to use as well. You can see from the welds on this thing to the way it folds, I mean, it's really built to last. So the other aspect about the Takibi fireplace and grill is the grill itself. I personally don't really use it that much, and it's not because it's not a great grill and I don't like grills or anything like that. I love grilling food. I love eating grilled food. I just don't grill food that often. This grill right here though is really nice. Again, it folds flat just like the fireplace. The grill itself is removable and replaceable if it ever goes bad. I don't know that it's dishwasher safe. It is a little bit of a pain to clean actually when you go home. And if you have like a white sink or something like that, it will get very black, so I don't advise actually cleaning it inside. You might ruin your sink. I don't know if you can dishwash that. It's chrome plated, I think, so I don't know if that would get bad in the dishwasher. Not entirely sure how to clean it that well. I cleaned ours in our sink. Our sink is black, fortunately, so I didn't really notice anything weird. Eventually, I do want to get better at grilling and grill up some more food on it, but honestly, I haven't done a ton of grilling with this thing. They even have like a charcoal bed that you can put in there in the bottom and stack your charcoal briquettes on top of. If you're into grilling, I mean, without a doubt, this is one of the best options out there for a portable fireplace grill combo. So this is the canvas bag that the fireplace, the grill, the base plate, it all fits inside of here, and it transports easily with a shoulder strap. I'm not gonna lie, the first time I picked this thing up, I was like, man, this is heavy. This is so heavy. It weighs a ton, and that reflects on the materials that they use as well though. I mean, you can tell this thing is solid. It is not lightweight, flimsy at all. It is not going to be warping or anything like that. And you're paying for that quality. And this bag is no exception. It is very good quality for a carry bag. It's canvas. It's built to last. There's virtually no wear on this bag. And granted, I'm not dragging this bag across the rocks to put in my car. I do take care of all my gear, and I'm not sliding it all over the place. But putting the fireplace in and out, and you know, resting it on the rocks and picking it up, putting it back down, repeated use. I mean, there is virtually little to no wear on this thing. Believe it or not, things on fire can fall through this, and they do collect nicely on this tray, which is perfect. Sometimes they'll pop out and end up on the ground near you. Always be mindful when you're doing a fire. I mean, I myself included am usually paying too much attention to the camera, and I find myself catching on fire. In fact, my Arc'teryx jacket here is pretty burned up. Unfortunately, I should have brought a different jacket with me on all these trips. But this one is now not only my daily jacket, but my campfire jacket. It's become one of those jackets, and I'm okay with that. However, had I gotten the Takibi blanket that I've been eyeing for so long and just putting off because I'm like, I don't need anything else, this may not have happened. So underneath it is this platform that lifts the fireplace off the ground, and this has come in handy in a lot of situations. It doesn't actually come with it. I got it so I don't have it in my backyard on the cement directly. It's also great for using on the grass because it lifts it higher up. Even this tray on the bottom, you know, as things collect on it, it can get really hot. So I think lifting it off the ground is just a better option. It also just creates a nicer height experience for it as well. It's not necessary. It doesn't come with it. I purchased it and I do use it with me on most cases. It fits in the bag as well, so it's easy to bring with you. Again, it's optional. And there are endless, and that's something else to keep in mind. That's how a lot of Snow Peak gear is, at least their furniture items. There's a lot of options. And for this fireplace in particular, there are a ton of options, and I don't have most of those options to show you guys. The Jacaro firing table is next on my list to purchase. I haven't got it yet. It is a little bit expensive, but it is a really nice table system that goes around this fireplace. And you can connect other tables like the IGT system, which I already have, and use it around this to create a really nice fireside table dining experience out there while camping. When I went out to build my original camp setup, I kind of kept things really simple on purpose, and I always do plan and intend to keep things simple for our camp setups. But I liked having the option of going with the Snow Peak gear because I always knew there's always an option down the line to better suit whatever need it is. Like for instance, since we have a kid, it's probably smarter to get that Jacaro table to put around the fireplace, especially now that he's running all over the place and mobile. The other reason I haven't purchased it is honestly because I don't know if I have enough room to put it in my car. Those of you know, I do have a pretty small car. I think I can make a spot up in the roof box for it. It does fold into that Jacaro carrying case, and I've done the measurements. I think I have a spot. Maybe I can shift some stuff around. I'm pretty good at playing Tetris with my Corolla, so we'll see how that goes. So for the accessories that I do have, I have the fireside mitts, of course. It's definitely a good idea to have a pair of nice fireside gloves when you're working near a fire. Fireside tools, the Snow Peak ones are also pretty incredible as well. And it's one of those set of tools that are just really nice and really well made. So you won't need to ever replace those as well. So getting the right ones at first is always a good idea. The fireside ottoman. It's one of those things that, you know, it has multi-uses. It's an ottoman for your feet. It also holds your firewood beautifully right next to your fireplace. And I think the most useful accessory for getting those fires started is the Snow Peak folding torch. I mean, this thing, you'll never have trouble starting a fire with this. It is a flamethrower. It folds down pretty compactly. It has this little pin mechanism right here that you'll press down and the whole thing collapses down like so. It's very compact. It's one of those things that even when the wood is a little bit damp or, you know, if it's even lightly raining out, you won't have a problem starting your fire with this. So the Flaga is Snow Peak's answer to creating a more smokeless style fireplace. Similar to what you find on, you know, like a solo stove or something like that, where they have that gasifier built into it, and it really does work, and it makes quite a big difference in terms of the appearance of the fire and the amount of smoke that you're actually seeing out emitting from the fire. I think it actually creates a much more efficient burn, and I feel like my fires last longer and just burn nicer when using the Flaga. I don't know if it's actually acting as like a wind blocker as well, and just helping with the regulation of the airflow in there. But I do get asked quite frequently, you know, is this thing worth it? Does it actually do a ton to the fire? It actually really does. If we have space, we'll probably always be bringing it with us just because it creates a nicer experience around the fire. All right, well, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this one. If you have any questions at all, make sure to comment down below and we can always chat about it. Ashlyn has also put affiliate links down below for all of the items listed in this video, along with some more accessories to check out that go great with the Takibi fireplace. As always though, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.